Hi everyone, it's Marianne. Welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions, and welcome to your weekly collective reading for all signs general. I have started this, 2 weeks ago now, and I will be doing this indefinitely because I have a huge passion for many things, mystical, magical, metaphysical, and I am a long-time tarot reader, psychic, intuitive, I want to say medium these days because I'm getting a lot of beautiful downloads and channeling that I have asked for, but that through time seems to have been increasing, and it brings me so much joy to be able to then share this with you. And I do want to say that there's a couple of things I like to incorporate. For those that are new, welcome. I greatly appreciate you taking the time. For those coming back, thank you very much for supporting me. This is a smaller channel that I want to grow and, to infinity. I don't know. I love the idea of sharing with like-minded people, and having that connection and communication between us is so very vital and important to me, and I hope it is to you as well. What I have is a little bit of a regiment that I like to do. I start out with a chakra check. Of course, the chakras being the energy centers within our entire body, from the root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown, and above, for the connection of all, the collective. Once again, we're all in this together, as they say. So I do a chakra, actually spirit helps me to find the chakra of the day to mention regarding what that chakra has to represent, of course. But sometimes if you feel a little off in your life, or your body's just not quite feeling balanced or strong, or many other aspects, right, that can happen when your chakras are not in alignment. This will be that message to say, okay, well, here's a word, here's a bit of a mantra, a sentence that I can help to inspire you to think about or say out loud. And I honestly believe, and I know it's helped me so many times, that you'll notice a strengthening, a more of a overall well-being, and it can remove any kind of blocks or possible, blocks is the main word that's coming to mind right now. Just that's not giving you your all. It's keeping you from being your best person, your best selves. So what we have for today is the beautiful, beautiful blue chakra, which represents, now, I thought it was, originally I thought it was the other blue, which is a darker blue, and that's actually the third eye, or actually the crown. I apologize. This is the throat chakra. This is about being able to speak. And you know what is so wonderful? Yesterday was the beautiful full moon in Gemini. That's the last full moon of the year. And it will last, the effects can last upwards of 2 weeks and longer. And not only that, it also, yesterday represented the day that turns Mercury direct. So it's no longer stationed retrograde. It is direct as of yesterday, the 15th of December. And yesterday was a little wonky still, but I felt that beautiful energy of Gemini, which is about communication. It's an air sign. It's about moving forward, getting to the things we need to do. Very busy, very social, very networky type of energy. Thinking about things, feeling inspired, feeling happy, joyous in this wonderful seasonal holiday time. And also the fact that we are still in the last week of being in the Sagittarius season. So the throat chakra is about how we've been communicating. And when Mercury is in retrograde, there tends to be a little bit more difficulty with communication. It's one of the three known issues that come up with retrograde in Mercury, and that is transportation, communication, and technology. So how beautiful that the throat chakra message came through. So yes, you might have felt blocked or stifled in that area. It is the fifth chakra, and I'll read to you what it says. 5 is about change and empowerment, right? It's the uniqueness of my voice and spirit made manifest. One more time. The uniqueness of my voice is spirit made manifest. Isn't that neat? Our spirit and our voice is a way to express and to bring forth the spiritual nature that we all have, right? I courageously speak my truth with balance and grace. As Lord Buddha said, neither jagged criticism nor flowery praise will keep me from my path. Another word for that is sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I hold to my wisdom with humble elegance. What a beautiful saying. What a beautiful mantra. So when you feel this lack of ability to express yourself or feel the confidence or speak your truth, this is a beautiful way to kind of bring that into balance again. And so I love that that came out today. Now, another big thing is that we do have the moon went from Gemini, the full moon in Gemini, to Cancer, and that's in Cancer today. And I have been going back and forth with the gloves, which is now my brand, and which I will always wear to represent color, which represents the chakras as well. And today is the heart again. Of course, it's perfect. The emotional end and aspect of Cancer is very real. It is a water sign. Water signs they are ruled mostly by their emotions and their feelings and the sensitivity that they all have, their creativity, and the list goes on and on. But this is a time of giving and definite receiving. And you are noticing that, you're feeling, even if it's just a smile or something that you can do to just brighten a person's day who may not have the family, friends, and so forth around them during this holiday season. It's so important. There's toys for tot drives, there's food drives, there's so many beautiful things that we can do to open our hearts and to give. And I know people watching this channel are definitely in that type of energy, are those spiritual type people, which I greatly appreciate, and which is why I love doing this channel as well, as just being in that kind of community. It's everything. So along with the chakra, we do have what I like to check is the crystal. And this is a gift, and it is a beautiful gift. You might want to look into it as a gift for yourself or others. I'm not sponsoring it, but it was given to me. And it does come with the 7 chakras, not the 8th, which is the all-encompassing, connectiveness of all. But we had this last one, which was the root chakra. And it is a beautiful, now it's not the red jasper. Oh, it says right here, red jasper. Yes, there's 2 different reds. There's the root. It's more of an orange for the sacral, but that was another reading. So I'm going to transfer this to the beautiful blue, and I'll find it on the card to tell you the exact name of the crystal, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I have not seen this. The lapis lazuli is for the throat. Truth, purpose, and voice. I gently speak my truth and release all fears around judgment. Feeling that confidence and that reality that, I speak authentically and I speak with confidence. And I'm going to wear the lapis lazuli during the reading to really emphasize this and to empower the reading with this energy. Crystals are amazing. They're always with me. There's so many different forms and types that create so many different beautiful ways to grow and protect and utilize our gifts, of just all the spiritual nature things in life. So let me put this on and we'll get started with the reading. So I'm going to be doing a Celtic Cross layout again this week. I do change up from time to time, and I'll probably change next week's. But between now and next week, who knows? It's just a matter of spirit speaking to me and using my intuition to recognize what's best for the collective. So I am also using this beautiful Nouveau Tarot deck, and it's got beautiful shiny gold. Oh, look, we've got the Hanged Man on the bottom. That's interesting. Well, not for long, but I can speak a little bit more on that in just a moment. It has, every card has some gold and some beauty. So that's kind of what I think the season tends to do is bring out that glow and that beauty within, you know, the giving, loving. And then, of course, it is a religious time of year too. And there's so many holidays. So if you do celebrate them, I hope it's going to be extremely healthy and prosperous and just absolutely loving time for you as we work and navigate towards the new year. Yes, 2025 is right around the corner. So I have already shuffled the cards. My goodness, did you see that? Thank you, Spirit. I'm not sure what that is, but the first card in the Celtic Cross is always going to be the overall energy, kind of the catalyst that sets the feeling or mood, if you will, for the reading. I'm going to lay these right over here. And yes, so let us see what that is for everybody watching. And that is, oh, I love that. This is so perfect for, it's perfect anytime, but I think it's perfect right now for the end of the year. And it is the major arcana Judgment. And Judgment represents, you know, rising up, starting over. It shows these, you know, basically, I want to say spirits coming out of their graves, coming out of their coffins. And as the belief is for many people who are knowing and very spiritual, that there is life after death. There's other lives. We have lived many lives, and there's the horn showing us that yes, you can come out now. You have been recognized. You have gone through what it is you need to go through, and you are yet transforming and changing and growing and starting anew again. You know, this is a choice that was made, I would say majority wise, by yourself, but a lot of times it is karmic, and it's good. It's absolutely a positive energy. So perhaps a lot of you can relate to some decisions you'd made, and more recently, retrogrades make us so incredibly introspective. I didn't mention, but I will, as far as astrology goes, a very important thing is that we've had the planet Mars, which is the red, fiery, ambitious. I've been wearing red gloves when I'm not wearing green for that alone, not to mention we're in Sagittarius season, which is not Mars, but it's fire, and it's spirit, and it's, you know, action and movement and manifestations personified. But it is also, Mars is in the sign of Leo, and it went retrograde. And that happened just, has it been a week already? I mean, time flies so very quickly. It will be in retrograde till February 23rd, but it will change signs from Leo to Cancer, I believe, on the 3rd of January. So retrograde is, once again, introspection. It's about, for many of us, depending on where it falls in your chart, your natal chart, which you can look up, it's free to anybody anymore. It's so convenient and it's so helpful. And there's so much to you. You know, it's not just your sun sign, it's all 12 planets and how they are represented in your life and in different, you know, areas of your life and so forth. But the thing is that the Mars retrograde is about, and I feel this more than I would say anything else, holding back, you know, just letting yourself calm down a little bit. You know, the fire energy is notoriously known for being angry, can be quick. It's also equally over with as quick with a lot of fire signs. I mean, they don't hold grudges. They're just like, bam, they come out. They're real. They're very straightforward a lot of times, and they have this energy in them, and they, you know, they don't really, like I said, hold back, but they can be the fastest to get over anything. So it's kind of an interesting dichotomy there. But the thing is I feel like that's kind of not what this retrograde is. It can be for some, and I'm only mentioning it in the sense that you may feel a little riled up by somebody or something during the holidays. It certainly can happen. You're around people that you love dearly, but they still have the ways of kind of pushing your buttons or whatever the case may be. That's not necessarily what I feel is going to happen. Now, Leo is, you know, very, very much about ruled by the sun, very powerful, very much of a leader, very much, you know, wanting to be seen, very very prideful, you know, and just like they are a fixed sign. They don't necessarily want to give in, but they are willing to compromise. I would say that wholeheartedly. I've known many Leos. They're great people, very generous, very gifted, very giving. I just feel like they're thinking, okay, this is the time I'm not going to actually say something that might just be on my mind, and I don't really feel like I need to hold back. I feel like I want to just give some space in between there. And that's beautiful. And then, of course, around the holidays, when you do that, it's just a more peaceful time. So that's really what's coming up right off the bat for a lot of these. And the Judgment, you know, circumstances, people coming and going, it's a possibility too. Certainly retrogrades bringing people back in. Introspection as to how you want to deal with that. It could be great for reconciliation. Remembering though, this Mercury retrograde going forward is really just starting to just slowly build up its energy. So there's a lot of communication that may have not been clear, and things can come a lot easier now. And you'll start to see things moving in the direction that you want. And just enjoying, maybe relaxing and going and taking time out for yourself is really important. So then the crossing card is always the card representing your blessings or blocks. And you have the Four of Pentacles. Now this has come up so much, certainly in my own personal readings, which I do daily. And the Four is a beautiful grounded energy in the sense that it is stable. It's like four legs on a table. One gone, it's going to be, you know, tilting a bit. But no, you feel grounded. You see the 4 coins, which represents the ground energy of earth energy. We are approaching Capricorn season, which then is also the introduction and the beginning of not summer, well, in some places in the southern hemisphere, but in the northern hemisphere is the winter solstice. Capricorns are a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs, all 4 of them represent the 4 seasons, and the Capricorn represents the winter. So that's coming on the 21st, which is a Saturday. And, you know, that's a definite different energy than it is having been in Sagittarius, the fire. But it's really can be very, I want to say very calm. It can be very, once again, grounded. It can really bring you down to earth as far as, you know, your thoughts, your dreams, things you've been thinking about during the retrogrades, and what'll happen for you in the new year. And writing it down, those type of things have always been super important. Interestingly enough, the second new moon, which is rare, it's a blue moon as they call it, is going to happen on the 30th in the sign of Capricorn. So writing your intentions down. What do you want to see happen in your life when it comes to your home and your money and your sustenance and your health and your well-being and the things you love and family and things you touch, feel, and smell. All the senses are very much a part of the earth energy. Okay. So as far as blessings or blocks, maybe not being too tight or too rigid is one thing I would say would be important as far as a block. But as far as being sensible, well, Capricorns are very creative, they know very much about being successful. That is their claim to fame, and they generally are very successful, but they also know when to spend, when to save. They're very conscientious. They're very, very capable of, you know, I'm losing my train of thought right now in the way to describe a very simple thing, but very money oriented. They know, you know, they're very, very sensible. Okay. And therefore they have a lot of material wealth and comforts because they do the balancing, and they don't overdo, they don't underdo. And when you do that for a certain amount of time and you have a lot more to work with, then you do the vacations and things that, you know, a lot of people do because they think, yeah, I'm not going to just work, right? So just keeping the balance here is really important. You know what's important to you. You know who to give and who to receive, and you know how much and all that. So that's really catering to that, which is perfect. it makes perfect sense for a holiday. So then we go to the foundation card, and that's very important for everybody. That is stable, that feels good to you, that feels, balanced, right? Like a home or a table or anything, our bodies, we're in good balance. And you have the Six of Wands. Wow. Isn't this great for everybody? I mean, because we have the times where we, that's all cyclical, isn't it? That's what I love about astrology. You look back and you can look forward and it'll tell you what's happening years to come. And from previous years to kind of connect the dots or to use as a reference and a reminder. Phenomenal how similar things happen. Never exactly the same, but my point about this card is it is the victory card. So you've worked a lot, you've accomplished a lot, you've lost things, you've started over, you've transformed. This has been a huge year for transformation. All the eclipses every year do tend to do that. This year's being, the North Node eclipse in Aries, number 1, fire, ambitious, Mars, let's make this happen. I'm going to be stronger and more confident than ever. I'm going to control my spending, my eating, my exercise. All those things came into play. South Node in Libra, removing the people-pleasing, the overcompensating, trying to keep a balance on a regular basis it can be difficult, it can be challenging. I just feel like it had much to do with our relationships this year with these eclipses. And that's a part of our life every single day. What relationship, I can't say. It could certainly be love, it could definitely be family, it could definitely be work. All of those enter into it and you're just feeling like, wow. No, I got rid of that and I've added that and I've really kept the balance and I really feel fantastic. And now I'm being recognized for it. I'm being, congratulated. There's notoriety. I'm being seen, it didn't happen overnight. We all know that. Sometimes people do, but that's rare. I just think that this is a beautiful example of how when you persevere and you do what you need to do and you do it with as much integrity and passion, you're going to succeed and people recognize that. So that's absolutely beautiful for everybody. I love seeing that. I feel good about this reading, but I don't know why I just come in with this an understandable, little nudge from Spirit saying, yeah, it's good. And it's golden. It's golden. So I picked this deck, of course, for that. So then we go into your recent past and you have the Queen of Wands. Wow, there's the fire again. I think all of us have felt this real surge of saying, I want to stand up for what I believe. Now, the Queen of Wands is extremely giving, very forthright, very candid, very capable, energetic, wanting to help, wanting to give, very, very generous, and, magical, very much a manifester. So I think a lot of you have recognized your manifestations coming through. And they're only going to increase as much as and as long as you believe and you continue to consistently put effort into that. Take the time to meditate. Take the time to just slow yourself down and to trust and listen to Spirit and the messages coming through to help with the manifestations. Sometimes, in order to manifest, you need to actually just stop. I found that to be true, and I was quite amazed. I thought it was just about always, got to be moving, got to be doing. Not the case. But I feel a lot of us have felt that really powerful drive, and though Mars retrograde can decrease our energies a bit, it's not so much that you cannot be productive. It's almost better for some people because they run on high octane and you need to slow that down to keep your body in its, healthy state. So then we have the possible future, and you have the Nine of Wands. This is the card that represents, I want to say from just memory alone, I hope, many years, this represents the sign of Sagittarius, which is the season that we're in, because there's just this, Sagittarius is extremely active, and they like to travel, they like to move, they like to get things done, and they like to socialize a lot, and they like to take on a lot. They like to be in charge. They are very good at that. I feel like there's just this one last, as far as the 9 go, it's the last step before the finish line. And there's something with a lot of you, a good percentage of you watching right now, that you know what this is. And, we're turning the corner about entering into a new year. So there's just one other thing that's going to make that 10 of Wands, and then it's going to be the new cycle. And you're going to start fresh, and it's going to feel really great. And perhaps you're going to start delegating, and you're going to release some of these obligations, some of these, things that you have built upon for yourself that have kept you quite almost too busy, right? So this is great. This is exactly what this is meaning. It's meaning let go of a lot of that. You've done well. It's the end of the year. Start a new regiment for yourself. Start a new plan. Start a new schedule that works and might not be so stressful, perhaps. Certainly physically, because that's what'll happen. You'll just end up burning out. We don't want that. But that's just showing that's not the case. This is you actually finishing that thought process that makes you think you have to do it all. You simply don't. Take that vacation. I know a lot of Sagittarius that are, and I would love to, but for me, just having a day or two off in between work is plenty good enough because people need their massages. So then we go into the immediate future, and you have, of course you do. You have the Queen of Cups, Moon in Cancer, the soft side. There's a lot of fire energy around. You can see, and mainly Wands. Definitely have the Earth energy with the Capricorn pending season starting and whatnot. But this is the creativity and the love that was talked about, at the very beginning. This is the choice to be a little bit more vulnerable and to set your sights on reaching out and helping. That's what Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, it's very much about, inner love always, but really reaching out now. And, doing the things I mentioned. Some volunteer work is huge right now, or whatever you may do. You may be making your gifts. I do. I'm a person that makes my gifts because that's how it works sometimes, and I love doing it. I hope that the people enjoy that, but I put as much love as possible into it, knowing you've got so much to offer, and you deserve that right back at you. So, and it will come back tenfold. So I really like that. It's a nice balance for the energetic aspect to just kind of go and always remind yourself in your heart, open my heart for myself and for others. Okay? Nothing wrong with loving yourself first, because it's so important. You really understand love more when you care for yourself and you treat yourself well. Then we have the, I like to call this the card of perspective. Just what are you feeling right now as a whole? How are you feeling in general as a collective, in this world, in this environment? And my goodness, you've got the Emperor. This is strong. This is Mars. This is power. And these are all upright. With Mercury, stationing direct, many things moving forward, you are on top of your game. You are feeling more confident. Maybe you've had the rest. You have ideals and inspirations that are working very well with your inner guidance and your outer motivation is what's coming in right now. Aries is the first sign. Aries is going to have some it's going to have the last eclipse in Aries at the end of March 2025. And then we have some very powerful transitioning of planets that will move from Pisces to Aries. I won't speak of that now, but let me tell you, we're all going to feel this, and there's going to bring out this part of us we had latently not remembered. It's latent in our bodies or minds, but we all are capable of being our own best friend, our own boss, and just really, really moving forward in our dreams and our desires, okay? And that is a fabulous major arcana, once again. So, the universe is saying big things when there's two so far. But also a fire sign. So the fire is really prevalent right now. And there's still that anxious and love and excitement and passion that's boiling up in the collective. Then we have the environment card. Well, there you are. You are just saying, okay, I've done my soul searching. I've done my introspection. And it'll still be happening really till latter part of March and April in 2025. So just know there's still going to be a lot to be thinking about, but you are ready to be trusting and ambitious and just absolutely freedom seeking and knowing I'm going to believe in the process. I trust in the process. That beautiful saying. I say it often. I don't have to carry a lot with me. I'm leaving a lot behind that I definitely didn't want to bring and don't want to bring in the new year. I know I have companionship and people that will support me, and certainly Spirit's always there. Look at the sun guiding you and shining the light. It's a new journey for a lot of you. I don't know what that is, but it's really a beautiful new start. And I think I'm part of that whole brigade as well. So I welcome up with an open heart. And so, yes, this is beautiful. Then we have the hopes and fears element. And you have the Page of Wands. Wow. Once again, another fire energy, but also just this beautiful trust and a new perspective, a new idea, a new passion, a new direction, a new opportunities coming through. There's that childlike wonder when it's pages. It's new, it's something, it's still kind of green around the edges. It's perhaps a child that you're thinking about in your future. And a lot of you know who that is. And congratulations if you are expecting, or the new year's bringing in a new, child or pet, which can be your child. I mean, I love my cat like my sons, and they're long and grown up and so forth. So they've been gone a while and grown up. And so I just love my furry family member, as I'm sure many of you do. But yes, this is more than that though, too. It's just holding on to your dreams and just making sure that you do not doubt yourself. And the fear would be that you don't take that step, you don't take that leap. You're not quite ready. But who's ever really 100% ready? I don't know, because you just have to do it. And that's what this is encouraging you to do, and to not be fearful, and to know that you have so much beautiful energy that's going to keep it moving forward. And then we have the final card, final outcome. Okay, well, here's the Devil. Now, the Devil, people are like, oh no, not the Devil. Well, the Devil represents Capricorn, and that's how I look at this right off the bat. We will do a clarification though. And the Devil, of course, is our fears, our worries, our concerns. And I don't think we would be human if we didn't have that to some extent. I think less is more when it comes to that, because we can create so much more anxiety and animosity and things like that when we do that. But it's also a protective, beautiful energy. It's a major arcana. It's saying, please be aware of your surroundings and don't be fooled. You're intelligent and smart, and you have that beautiful intuition that's always working for you. Speak your truth, have the confidence, say no when you need to say no. So let's have a little bit of a clarification card on that, just to double check. But I really feel like it's because Capricorn is representing the Devil, and it's almost like the Lover's card. It's just there might be an entrapment of some sort in your mind or in your actual living situation where you really know you need to break free from that. And that'd be great. That would be perfect for the new year. That's that new cycle we spoke about. That's the power to do so and to disconnect yourself from things that just aren't working. I can think of two very major things that will be happening in my life in regard to this. So let me do the clarification just to be sure and kind of give you a little bit more depth as to what that's meaning. I'm going to use this beautiful Golden Rider Tarot deck, Rider-Waite-Smith. And yeah, just a little shuffle here. Look what's on the bottom. Yeah, well, we're in Capricorn season, and it's powerful, you know, and it is about really allowing yourself that stillness and quiet to better your life and to remove things that are not working and are weighing you down. You have to be truthful about all that, you know. So we have, the Queen of Swords. Wow, speaking of truthful, man, and we had, you know, the full moon in Gemini, which is the air sign. So the Queen of Swords represents Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Now, you know, very straightforward, very strong, very confident personality traits, capabilities, communication is key. If you're feeling a certain way, don't hold back. You know, use that strength. Here we have how funny. We have the North Node Aries, the South Node Libra I spoke of. So yeah, you're still feeling that energy, and that will change in January, but it's still in those two nodes for the next, 2.5, 3 weeks. I think it changes on the 11th. I think I mentioned the 29th. I apologize. I do mix things up, especially during a retrograde. I stand corrected on that. But yeah, no, this is just knowing you will get truth. You will have the conversations. You will erase, and, you know, that sword is about cutting out things that just don't work. It's just silly. It could have to do with conversations, and you might be fearful about something having to do with your health. I am not a health advisor or financial advisor ever. However, that does indicate people in those higher, you know, positions of doctors, lawyers, and things. You might want to reach out to somebody because you're feeling like, something came up and I need to speak to somebody who's a professional about it. Okay, so I think that's a beautiful confirmation. We could do another one, though, just to be safe and just to make sure that you realize the Hierophant. This is fantastic. This is that mentor, that teacher that's going to come, and, you know, it'll be ask and you shall receive. This could definitely be marriage. Maybe you were fearful about popping the question, you know, and you said, no, let go of those fears, because who really knows? You just, if you have a desire, go for it. And then you will be shown as you go along, like we do every other time in our life. We make a change. We have to trust, and we have to just, you know, it's a risk, but it's one worth making a lot of times when it comes to love, right? Love is everything. So I love this as well. This is fantastic. I think that's good clarification for the devil. And once again, know that it also just basically represents Capricorn. So you may have some Capricorn placements, or you're in love with a Capricorn, or you're working with a Capricorn, and there's that earth energy that keeps you grounded, which I love because I only have one planet in Earth. And so I find a lot of times in my life, and I read about this, you might find it interesting, you tend to be around people that you have the least amount of in your own personal chart. And it's so true. I've been surrounded in my animals, or even Earth. They're like, come on down, Marianne, come on down to Earth, please. I'm always, I always feel and know that, you know what I mean? There's so much that isn't seen, but it's still happening, and it's absolutely real and true and so forth. But I still need to be reminded to come on down to Earth. So I didn't mention it, but I am going to finish with a couple of other cards if you want to stick around. And if you like what you're reading, not reading, but if you like what you are hearing through the reading, please do like and subscribe, and share and comment. I would love that greatly. I am wanting to really blow up this channel and become monetized, really. That's really important for an aging senior citizen like myself. And I'm not too proud to say so. But I'm going to pick out your beautiful animal medicine card, because this is a gorgeous deck, and I love it. It's big. The pictures are cute, and I love what it says about each animal. So let me pick one for you quickly and see what you think. See if it resonates with the collective today. I hope you're doing well. I love this time of year. Take care of yourself. Just make sure that you stay warm and you hydrate, and you're, doing what you do to emotionally keep your body feeling healthy and balanced, okay? And everyone's different that way, but we all have our own little ways of going about doing that, along with chicken soup and a lot of hydration. It's really important. So for you, beautiful collective, your spirit guide is the cow. Wow, right off the bat, Spirit just said to me, yeah, like the cow that brings in prosperity, and the milk and the sustenance we need, right? So I don't know what it says specifically, but there it is, and it's got all these beautiful colors around it. I know that ceremonial-wise, a lot of times they're given as gifts in different cultures, and it's a very, very beautiful, representation of the uniting of families, and it's just something that continues to produce through time, right? It's not just a open up and then, get rid of the next day kind of gift. It's a long-term legacy type of a thing. Let me read to you what it says specifically, though, and perhaps you can relate completely to what I'm speaking of. I certainly hope so. And it says, I've got the cat. I love the cat. Ooh, I was actually going to use the cat deck I have. Well, it says abundance, acceptance, and peace. Wow. Okay, so I'm not too far off the beaten path there. Let me turn it around so you can see it. Boop. Take a breath. Blur your eyes with wide vision to look at everything at once, not focusing on one particular thing. Now another breath. Cow is the card of abundance, and this can be a difficult card for human people. It can be hard for humans to accept the abundance that is all around in the present moment. Cow shows us how to have width of vision, to have patience in turning rolling fields and grasses into nourishment, chewing and digesting the green, wide world. Meadow to hillside. Through the giant blinking eyes of cow, we see the nourishment and abundance is not in the future, but is what someone brought us here to this place now, grateful to be embodied, to observe, to feel, to weave stories. Cow wisdom says, listen to the symphony all at once, look at everything at once, acknowledge the abundance present here, now. Now, cow. I'm actually really feeling this right now. It's resonating beautifully within me. I don't remember this in its entirety, which isn't unusual, but it really makes sense and it feels so beautiful. And if I were to equate it to the reading, I mean, there's so much that could be the Fool, just seeing it all and just honestly taking it in, allowing yourself to feel the emotions, to feel the love, to feel the gratitude, to feel your strength, to feel, it's just fantastic. And then to recognize you deserve all that you do and what you've created for yourself. And never to doubt that. There's abundance in every single breath. Whew, so I really love that. That's gorgeous. And then I'm going to finish with a, you know what? Let's pick a new one. Let's pick a new oracle this week. And that will be, I'd actually like to do the wisdom of the oracle. I will pick 3. And this is also Colette Baron Reid, because I used her as the wisdom of the oracle last week. But she's great. She has a lot of different decks out, and I love it because it's simple and sweet, but it's to the point, right? I mean, these messages they all come exactly as they need to, and this is for all of us, and you can take it as you will, and hopefully you resonate with this, but don't feel like, this wasn't for me. It could very well be transforming into some of the messages, and it's still coming, or you've already actually experienced it a lot of times. And just know that, sometimes it may not resonate at all, or it may not feel like it's a reading for you, but the next one might be directed exactly at you. So being open to that and, and patient to see what reveals itself. So for the last part of your beautiful collective reading for December 16th, 2024, oh my gosh, just a little over a week before Christmas or all the holidays and anything you may celebrate, which I hope is going to be beautiful and healthy and warm and cozy and loving. You have community. Yes, well, that makes sense, right? I mean, you're probably amongst people more. You may be doing things and out and about more, and just remembering the community is what makes us the whole, right? That's what it's about. Being one, and like this community, me speaking and sharing with you, and you responding in kind by saying, yes, Marianne, we see you, and thank you or not. And just, for me, it's everything. It's so important to have community in our lives. And so I love that. And then we go to blessed. The blessings, we mentioned that in the cow, recognizing our incredible abundance in every moment just because we're alive and we're breathing, literally. I mean, look around you and see the beauty of life. Focus on that. It will lift you up in ways that nothing else can. Certainly more than a cup of coffee. And then lastly, the third is thinker. Yeah, well, that goes with this beautiful Queen of Swords. Think 44 is 8. This is 22. Interesting. And 8, the very abundant number. Very abundant, very prosperous. 22 is a magic number. 44 is about angels, and it equals to 8 again. So we start with 8, we end with 8. It's infinity. It's, thinking about what you want, what you believe, and then making it happen, right? Using your energy. That's so very much a part of you, as is everything. And just blessing you, wishing you the best, and hope to see you next week, because I'll be back for you. Until then, take good care. Bye for now.